together. So yeah, Barack Obama, David Cameron, Angela Merkel, Francois Hollande, they've all dined in this room. You don't have to be a world leader to dine here, so as long as you've got the money, we'll take anybody. You just need to have £750, and then it's yours for 1 hour. So you have to have it for at least 4 hours as well. But it is very popular.
For at least 4 hours.
Yeah.
4 hours a minimum.
Yeah.
And
And then,
700.
yeah, that's right. And then that doesn't include the catering either.
Oh.
So, but yeah, it is a very popular venue for weddings and functions and various events. But I'm told it's quite a competitive price. Apparently the Hilton Hotel, as you can see from the window just outside, apparently they charge a very similar rate. So I'm told it's quite a good deal. But anyway, yeah, you can come back to this room after the tour if you like. And as I say, you can take a look at the hour room as well. And what we'll do now is go up the Beauty Tower. There's a spiral staircase. Just to warn you, they've got 30 seconds.
I've heard the words. Low key, £750 for an hour? That's fine. Just raise money over 2 years. Bankrupt myself for like 1 hour.
Time that it was best to sit upright in bed instead of lying down flat, and we thought that way you would avoid the disease consumption of tuberculosis. You can see it's only a single bed, even though he was married. That was because his wife Gwendolyn had her own room for the double bed, because among the aristocracy it was considered to be the lady's privilege to invite her husband to a room if she wanted, and then if not, he would be banished the tower. So it wasn't all that for ladies back then. But yeah, they were very close couples who probably didn't sleep here very often. It was probably used more as a dressing room or as a guest room. But if you look up to the ceiling, you'll see there are these beams with a bird in the centre, and then on the right is Greek, and it says Johannes or John, and then on the left is the same word written backwards. So the idea is that the name would be reflected into the mirror on the ceiling. And he did this so that he could reflect on John, as in St. John, who's just on the chimney piece there. So this was the author of the book of Revelations, the last book in the New Testament of the Bible. And then in the stained glass windows, these are the 7 churches of Asia Minor, which St. John wrote, because they're being held up by angels there. So there's a basin as well, and there was also a flushing toilet to the right, so it's very advanced for its time. And on the doors and on the wooden panelling inside there are 60 different types of marble, and then the name of each one is inscribed in gold as well. So yeah, just come round and take a look.
Von ihm oder von ihr?
No, I will joke. Perfect.
This is the roof garden. So it's heavily inspired by Mediterranean architecture, mostly from the Roman town of Pompeii in Italy. So The Butte family actually had their own yacht called the Ladybirds. They travelled quite extensively. So a lot of the time their travels were inspired by the designs here. So you see with this room, and you'll see with the Arab room as well. But obviously the plastic sheeting isn't original, so it rains quite a lot in Wales. So in the floor there's this channel to drain away the rainwater, and this also has a decorative purpose because it's in the shape of a Celtic cross with the fountain in the centre. So the fountain doesn't work anymore, but the water used to flow from the mouths of the fish, which the beavers have caught, and then from the tops of the towers, and then from the lions' mouths at the bottom as well. And then there are also these chests which are made of bronze, and they're supposed to resemble Roman charcoal burners. But when the family was staying here, they filled these with plants and flowers to decorate the room. So there's a picture here which gives an idea of how it may have looked when they were staying here. So it'd be a lot greener and brighter, more colourful, just to give the illusion of being in the Mediterranean. And obviously, this would be open as well, and you could open up these shutters around the room, so you nice and cool and sort of breezy room when they were staying here. So they normally stay here in the summer. There's a very religious theme to the room. So on the walls around the room, these tiles, they show scenes from the Bible, the Old Testament prophet Elijah. And the highlight of this story is on the wall in front of me. So this is the contest on Mount Carmel, where they're trying to prove which God is the one true God. So over on the left are the prophets of Baal, so they offer a sacrifice to their God, and as you can see, nothing happens. And then over to the right, Elijah offers his sacrifice, and it bursts into flames, and he wins the contest. And the language underneath is Hebrew, so it just describes what's happening in each of these scenes. But this is also one of the 19 languages which Lord used as well. Yeah, it's just the rain of this sheet in here. And there's also there's a bronze statue of the Virgin Mary, which was made by an Italian sculptor. And then directly opposite there's an arrow slope that faces to the west. And so it's put there so that as the sun sets in the summer, with the sort of golden rays of the sun come through the cover of Madonna in the summer. So yeah, if you like, you can just take a little look around the room.